Hey everybody, Captain Shane here. I'm back in the MD-11. We've been flying for 8 hours and 40 minutes from Hong Kong, and everything's gone very nice. Beautiful views out here with the clouds and the sun. That's a good screenshot. Let me take that. Nice. Anyway, let's get out our descent and approach checklist here. Alright, we got a few things to go over. So let's take a look at the landing data. Approach speed is looking at 157 for a landing weight of 423.5, 10,000 foot runway. But before we do that, let's figure out the weather at Anchorage. So taking a look at the weather here. ASUS. Arrivals on 1.5, just as programmed. Wind is 090 at 6 knots, 10 statute miles visibility, scattered clouds at 10,000 feet. Altimeter 2980, temperature 6. That's a nice day. ILS runway 15 approaches are in use. Alright. We're on the Neil 7 RNAV arrival, which will be, whoa, we turn off that weather overlay. We'll be picking it up right here. Get the overlay here. So cross restriction at Hammond, at Winter, at Dogleg, I get it, dog leg, turn, another turn, Mittens, Golden. Man, I love the names of these fixes, man, and they all make sense to me. And we're expecting the ILS 1.5 approach. So at Golden we need to be at 5,000 feet, and we would normally get radar vectors, but I don't think we have any ATC on. We typically don't get ATC up in Alaska, so it's so remote. There's not a lot of people that do it, but there's some traffic here. We'll make sure all those are in the FMC. Yep, looks good. Alright, let's talk about the approach. So we're on the ILS 1.5. So after Golden, we're basically gonna fly a downwind leg here, and then we'll turn our base and come back around and pick up the localizer right here at Card, which is the intermediate fix. The initial approach fix is Yone. But I don't think we need to fly this DME arc. There's no real need to do that. We'll just take it out a little bit and come around. So at Card, we need to be at 3,000 feet, and at the final approach fix Cansey, we'll pick up our 3-degree glide slope at 1,600 feet down to the runway. The minimums are 400, so we're category D, actually we're category almost E. 400 feet barrow, 3/4 statute mile visibility for the RVR, but we have clear skies here. In the event of a missed approach, we're going to climb to 800 feet, then a climbing right turn to 3,000 on a heading of 200, outbound to TED VOR radial 210 to Jukep, DME 15 from TED, and hold. MSA coming in from this direction is going to be 1,800 feet. 1,800 feet. Alright, so landing data is good. Oh, I forgot to show you this. Oh, landing again on runway 15. We're actually parking over here, so I'd love to make the Mike exit. That'd be nice if we could do that. So let's shoot for Mike. Approach briefing is form radar. Windshield anti-ice is not required yet, but if we go through these clouds, we might turn it on. Decision height is 401 baro. Done. Seatbelt signs are on. Altimeters will be 2980 when we get there. We can switch back over to inches of mercury. Alright, we're ready. Let's go ahead and set the altitude down. Alright, 10,000 feet initial, and we're just ready to head down. We should be getting that vertical alert here any second. I need to put my shades on. It is. Vertical alert. Heading down. Alright, so currently there's nobody at Anchorage. There was earlier, but there's not now. So I won't be making any radio calls to myself. If I see somebody show up here, I'll start talking, but there's no point in the meantime. And then here is a overview of the entire flight that we flew. I was in the seat for a while after I got off stream. I flew over Taiwan, and it was actually pretty bumpy here. A lot of weather right here. And then we flew all through here. It would have been fun to be on ATC with these Japanese people, but I went to bed by then. Yeah, we flew this entire route with no issues at all. A lot of hours in my logbook this weekend. I'm almost 20 hours I've flown. Count both ways. Okay, getting a little bit fast here. Yeah, so there it is, at drag. I knew that was coming. Okay, speed brakes extend. I'm going to turn on my windshield defog, windshield anti-ice as we go through this cloud here. It is still pretty cold outside. Alright, speed brakes, retract. Might get a little choppy in here. Hold on. as expected, a little bumpy. Alright, let's turn on some anti-ice for a minute. We're in some precipitation. Anytime you're flying through a cloud and there's precipitation, you're going to want to turn on your anti-ice, especially when your TAT is at or around -10. Add drag. 3 brakes extend. Okay, speed brakes or drag. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping the anti-ice on until we break through this stuff. Oh, it's just pretty though, isn't it? Wow, it's so pretty. Okay, I think we're good now. TAT's down to -3. We'll turn off anti-ice, windshield defog, and I'm sorry, anti-ice for windshield and the engine wing and tail. Okay, pass it through flight level 190 for flight level 180. Stand by for altimeters 2980. Hey, anyway, how are you? Going really good. We had a nice flight across the Pacific last night, no issues at all. And we're on our descent into Anchorage. Looking good. Alright, altimeter's 2980. Set and cross-check. Alright, TAT is down to 0. Anything at or above this, ice can't form anyway, so we don't need to worry about it. Bumpy in here. You know what? I'm gonna hold off on that speed. I'm gonna go manual thrust 346. We don't need to slow down that much yet. Let's see, is there a speed? There's no even a speed restriction here, is there? Oh. Not until we get to Neil. It's 250 knots, but tell you what, there's nobody here. I'm gonna keep the speed up a little bit. I don't want to slow down that much this far out. If there was more traffic versus some ATC, I would slow it down, but there's no need yet. I want to get there. Okay, well, I guess we'll go FMS speed then. It looks like we've dropped out the vertical guidance here. Alright, I guess we'll do it manually. Yeah, we totally messed up the vertical guidance here for some reason. It's not tracking on it anymore. Alright, well, I guess it didn't like it when I went to manual speed reversion. Okay. Let me see if I can get it to pick up dog leg. Let's see if we give it 9,000 feet if it'll take it. Alright, let's go back to profile, see if it'll fly it. It's trying to. Alright, I think we got it back dialed in. We're gonna blow through 250 knots here, but hey, who's watching, right? Speed brakes fully extended. Exterior lights on. Descent approach checklist complete. Alright. Speed brakes track. I think we got her slowed down enough. ramps out there. Fast, speed brakes. Airport should be out there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Wow, it's hazy today. There's the airport. Let's keep 245 knots for now. So we're basically flying a downwind link here. And we'll be landing on this runway right here. This is runway 15. And then we'll be parking over here. Alright, let's go FMS speed. Let's get slowed down here. Vertical speed down to 3,000 feet. Speed brakes. Alright, and we'll go heading select.
Stabilizer motion.
330, heading select. I need to get slowed down a lot. Alright, speed brakes track, flaps 15. Okay, arm speed brakes, auto brakes medium. Okay, let's go heading 060. This is a base leg here. Alright, I'm going to turn into frequency. I do see an Alaska Airlines flight inbound right now from Portland. Alright, let's arm, approach, and land.
Anchorage traffic, Alaska 197, downwind for the RNAV runway, RNAV Zulu, sorry, runway 7 right approach.
Alaska 197, UPS 272 heavy. We're basically base leg for runway 15. We should be no factor.
Alright, thank you, all report turning final.
I'll call the approach. Alright, let's go ahead and turn her. There we go. About 120 degrees. Localizer glide slope is alive. Alright.
Stabilizer motion.
That should give us a nice entry onto the localizer here. In Anchorage traffic, UPS 272 heavy is on the ILS 15 approach. DB 15.5. Okay, we're lined up. Just wait for the localizer. Frame rates are nice, guys. Look how smooth that is. Oh, I can't wait to land this. Hey, there's a localizer. It's coming in. Hey, localizer capture. Okay, on the localizer. There's the runway way out there. Make sure we get everything set up here. So, missed approach. So the course is 149. And the altitude 3,000 feet set. Hey, glide slope's coming in. Hey, glide slope, gear down, flaps 28.
Stabilizer motion.
Flaps 35.
2,500.
Okay, before landing checklist, landing gear down 4 green, spoiler handle is armed, auto brakes medium, flaps to slats, flaps 35, Altimeter's cross-check 2980, EAD check green box, landing clearance coming up. Anchorage traffic UPS 272 heavy on final, runway 15.
And Anchorage traffic Alaska 197 is now turning final or 5 miles out for 7 right.
Alright crew, I think I'm ready.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
A little bit of a crosswind here.
Stabilizer motion.
Auto throttle's coming off. Okay, adjusting for crosswind.
1000. Approaching minimum. 400.
Landing.
300. Minimum. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Manual braking. All right, we made Mike. Anchorage traffic UPS 272 heavy is clear, runway 15. Taxi to UPS ramp via Romeo. Correction, Victor. Nope, I take that back. It will be Romeo. Alright guys, after landing checklist, spoiler handle. Retract disarm.
Alaska 197 clear off.
Flaps
7 right.
up.
We'll cross 7
Auto
left
brakes
and
off.
call
Radar switch
and continue Golf Echo 1
off.
to the ramp.
Landing light, taxi light, runway turn off, and high intensity lights are off. Let me steer back on the center line. APU coming up, and stab trim coming down. Hey, stab trim set. After landing checklist is complete. Hey, that was pretty good. Happy with that one. Alright, let me make sure I know where I'm going here. Alright, we're looking for taxiway Tango. Tango. Let's see, what did smart cars think that was? 127 feet per minute. I'll take that. Right on speed. Alright, this should be Tango coming up here. Yep, Tango. Park it right where we started yesterday, or 2 days ago. Hey, Marshaller. Parking brake set. Parking checklist. Transponder. Off. Fuel switches. Off. Wing engine anti-ice not on. Windshield anti-ice not on. Windshield defog. Emergency power switch. Emergency lights. IRSs. Beacon. Chocks. Alright. Ground power units up. Parking brake released. Internal power on. APU power off. APU off. Well, guys, that was another good flight. Got a lot of hours in. That's right, Nanny Ray. Got a lot of hours in. This was very fun. I enjoyed this weekend trip to Hong Kong and back. I need to do these more often because if you think about it, I mean, it's a 10-hour flight each way, but 8 of those hours you're sleeping. So you're not really having to do much. So I kind of like that. I need to start doing longer flights like this. So, and of course it's the MD-11, so you gotta love it. Hope you guys enjoyed this series. Let me know in the comments or whatever if you like this format of live streams where I don't do the whole thing, I just do the takeoff and the landing. I'll still do full live streams for short flights when I'm flying the 737 or something domestic where it's only like an hour and a half. It doesn't make any sense to break that up, but for these long things, I kind of like doing the takeoff and the arrival because that's, you know, that's where all the fun's at. So if you like that, let me know. For now, I got some chores to do. I got some laundry to fold and a house to clean up. Got to get the house set up for the week. Kids coming back and all that stuff. So you all have a great Sunday, and I'll catch you on the next one. And I see what you said there, Nanny. It is fun, and we'll keep doing these. Catch you on the next one, guys.